All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Monday. It's good to see you all back. Hopefully, everyone looks like nobody blew off any fingers this weekend. Looks like everyone made it back over the 4th of July weekend. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend. I did. What a long weekend. My God, it felt like we're going to have a little tough time trying to pick up where we left off last week. Last week was a fun week. And we're going to have some really, and by the way, there's some really nice movers that are moving this morning. And there's a market getting crushed on certain stocks. And we're going to check out some of those too. But the MBIO, I know a lot of you here got in nice and early, 8:30 this morning, which is not that far away. That was only 30 minutes ago. If anyone got a piece of this MBIO, you're looking pretty good right here. Everyone should have probably in the cyber group room. You had about at least 10 minutes. You could have chased it right around the $1.60. Right now, you're looking at 250, a nice little dollar winner. Great little pre-market run right there, plus a few others. We're going to check them out. But before we do that, let's talk about what happened last week. First of all, I know we have a lot of new members that are joining us this week. We had a bunch of good events last week that some of you wanted to wait after the holidays. So welcome to Cyber Trade University. Welcome to the trading floor. And if you're watching on social media, if you do want to come and join us in the trading floor, all you got to do is just click on this little link right here, and we'll be able to get you in. Just take your phone and you can scan that QR code, and we'll get you in there. But anyway, a lot of good stocks that we traded last week that did really, really well. The biggest one of the week was this one, BMNR. Holy crap. This thing just did not want to stop. All right. What am I doing here wrong? Okay, there we go. And let me move this out of everyone's way. So this stock right here moved for not one day. Okay, it became a great short-term swing trade. But this is what I really liked about this stock on Wednesday, because remember, for Friday. So remember, the market closed early on Thursday. So this stock started going up. It was around $50. You could look here in the long-term chart that it was hovering right around this $3. It then went up to like 12 to 37. And then this was the Wednesday move right here. And what would really spark my attention for a lot of you here that were in the room, if you heard me say it, I said several times, I said, this stock is not really going anywhere. Shockingly for a stock to be up that much and it's holding here that long, that was a really, really good move. And then you could see how it was trading at the highs of the day on Wednesday. And then when the market opened up, it was still there and it shot all the way up to about 120. Right here around 10 o'clock, this was another move I did call out. I told you, it says, this is weird. It's not going down, okay? This is very unusual. And I did speak to some of you here on Thursday and the one on Wednesday. And some of you have never seen a stock like this ever in your life move this much. You know what? Fortunately, here on the trading floor at Cyber Trade University, we usually get one like this, like once every 2 weeks. We'll get something like this that makes this big of a move. But sure enough, my God, $80 to 160, it made another double. And just what an unbelievable trade. You know what? If you just traded one share of that stock, you don't even got to trade, 100 shares or 1,000 shares. You know what? It was just as hard. You could just make just as much money of a stock that went up like 50 cents on 1,000. But what a really, really fun move. That was probably the best move of the day. A couple other good big winners I want to touch upon that were probably not as huge as a winner, but they still move nice. Irene was a really nice mover in stock. You could see that stock right at the gate, ran from 16 all the way up to about 18. That was a nice little move. Run, which is still running. I'm throwing back on the watch list again. Run has probably been was a really, really nice stock. I'm kind of shocked, Sunrun, after the whole thing that would happen with this new bill that got signed. But nice little run on Thursday. I keep saying Friday. That stock ran from $9 all to a whopping $10.50, and she's up again today. Looks like it's a little bit of a gap fill after taking a very, very big hit. That was also a nice little run over the course of the week. Hood, another stock, big runner up. You could see it on to 70, finally hit 100. Now, that one was also very interesting. So, a lot of you new students here, I always tell you, it's all about following the big iceberg orders. And there was this monster iceberg order at $100. Okay. And you could see it here. It went all the way up to about 90 to 100, and it just did not want to break it. And now look where we're at now, down to 92. So that was another very good trade, not only as a day trade, but it also was a great swing trade. Another couple of ones. Rigetti was also a pretty good one. Rigetti had a really nice move. Rigetti's got some resistance levels. Right just below 15. A little bit more on the slower mover, but she can get a little volatile. And then SBET. I'm throwing SBET back on the watch list. SBET, we did really well. That was one of the other ones, just exactly like the BMNR. This was a $2 stock. And this one also ran to a high of $124, almost a spitting image of BMNR. Okay. So anyway, we did great on this one too. This one I did great on. On that day, I did good. Went from 29 to 92. I chickened out right around this one right here. Went from 70, 120. I said not at all. But we did well on that one. Almost, like I said, a spitting image of NBIO. All right, now let's talk about what's going on this morning. So obviously, President Trump signed a new bill, this new beautiful bill that he signed, and you could see what's going to get hit. So my advice, if anyone's interested in an electric car, I think they're pulling the mandate in September. So Tesla's taking a very big hit. Did not like the news on that. I'm actually taking a hit on it. I own Tesla. I own TSLL. I own TSLY. So I am taking a hit on it. Overall, I'm still positive, but I gave away a lot of money on that trade right there. I thought they were going to probably do something last minute, but they obviously didn't. So Tesla's coming out, and also you hear Elon Musk says he's trying to come out with a new party. So that's probably going to ruffle the feathers in the market too. So that one also, you can see everything else is all taking big hits. NVIDIA, great little move. That one's doing great, holding here pretty strong, which is down a little bit, obviously, because of the market. Webull, obviously, was a nice little move starting to come down. Palantir, still holding here strong in these areas. And other than that, you can see a lot of reds going on, a lot of reds. All right, but there are a couple of stocks on the watch list. We're going to put on the NBIO on the watch list. All right, NBIO. And just going to hop over here on level 4, which you all know is the most important thing when it comes to trading. And if you look right here, you can see there are a couple of orders out here holding it pretty tight, right below $3. I like the stock because we traded the other day and had some good moves. You could see her long-term chart. You got resistance levels right around here, which is around the $3, which is what we see right now, basically. So I think it's going to have a tough time breaking it unless somebody really takes out some big orders. ARTL is another one that's moving up pretty nicely, but she's starting to trend down a little bit. So I didn't put it too much on a watch list. I'll put it on the B list right there. Soons is moving also pretty nicely. As orders go, you got a couple of orders here at 620. Big one here at 460 on the right of the chart. It's not terrible. I like the volume. The spread's nice. You know, these are things that we look for going into the market. This one just popped all out of nowhere just now at 9 a.m. Pharmaceutical stock just you could see it ran from $4 up to $7.50, starting to come back down. Was an IPO? I don't know what this is. It's basically, we'll put this on the B list. CYCC. Don't know anything about it, but I got to do my research. CURR, another one. A lot of buyers out here at this support levels around $128. You can see it right there, $128. So we'll see how that one goes. That one's not terrible. CURR, look, good spread, 3.5 million shares pre-market. This one, big pop on Thursday, but on a downtrend now, so scratch that. This one gapped up, came back down. I'm going to go hop over here in the New York Stock Exchange because I saw a couple of them there. This one looks pretty – it's starting to come back down now all of a sudden. Yeah, there was an order out there at 290. It's starting to push it down now. I could see that on level 4. So We'll put this on the B list, LGPS. And Wolf. Everybody remembers that stock very well. Wolf did really well on Thursday. I keep saying Friday. On Thursday. And then obviously you can see it's pushing pretty good right now this morning. So let's put the Wolf. We traded Wolf before. That stock was a fun stock. And Naked TSL, that's the ETF. Any losers? No, that's about it. All right. So that pretty much does it. I think that's a pretty much decent list. Now, listen, today is Monday. We don't want to get too crazy, okay? Also, today we have Traders Talk with Josh. So make sure we're going to broadcast it live on social media. So if anyone here is watching on social media, make sure you are subscribed to our channel here on YouTube. All right. So we will be broadcasting it and we will be recorded if you can't make it. That's where we kind of little bonus that we always give you once a week here from the trading floor at Cyber Trade University. Some strategies, techniques, and everything like that. All right. So any stocks that I'm missing I did not call out, everyone? Just don't get too crazy. Big weekend. All right. So a lot of people coming back. It was a beautiful weekend here in New York. Probably the nicest beach weekend. So a lot of people probably took off and probably coming back today. But we are expecting a lot of rain this week. So I think everyone's going to be locked and tied up into their rooms and trading, the way I look at it. All right, guys. One last stock. Samuel says BTBT. Let me bring that one up too. That one's not. Oh, there it is right there. Nice move. Nice trend. It's up 13%. Good spread. Definitely. I'll put it on there. Absolutely. BTBT. And it also looks a little bit like a level 1 stock too. All right. So Carlos says Wolf is restructuring Chapter 11. And I always like that. That always makes those stocks run. Filing bankruptcy is not a bad thing for some of these companies. Remember, they just wipe out their debt. They screw everyone else over and they start fresh. So imagine, think of you that imagine you had all this outstanding credit card bills, right? And some of us, we've been there, we've done that. Imagine you could just say, you're not going to catch up, right? You're not going to be able to pay all those bills. But apparently there's this law that gets filed bankruptcy and you start all over again. And, you got a good business, but, when you pay more interest than what you're taking in, it kind of kills you. So that always kind of helps out. All right, everyone, let's get ready for the market opened up. Once again, if you're watching on social media and you want to come and join our trading room, just all you got to do is click on those link right there on the free workshop, and you can come and join our trading room. And don't forget, we'll be back here at 12 o'clock. 11 or 12 o'clock, Josh. I forgot what time you go on. But you will get the alerts on it when if you subscribe to our channel. All right, guys. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Let's get ready for the market opened up. Yes, Gillis, we're going to check out that IBIO is popping up really, really nicely. Good call on that. 12 o'clock is the Traders Talk meeting today. All right. See you in 15 minutes, everyone. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.